Today is the birthday of little Harmony Montgomery, a 5-year-old girl who vanished in 2019. She has never been found, but her father, Adam, has been charged with her murder. Harmony had a very difficult life. Her parents were not together, and her mother lost custody because she was battling a serious drug problem. Custody was awarded to her father, Adam. Adam is a career criminal with a drug problem and no job, who was married to Kayla Montgomery, who also had a serious drug problem. How is it that our system of justice thought the best place for this little angel was to be in the home of a drug-addicted couple engaging in criminal activity? Tonight, we try to figure out what went wrong and how our system let this little girl disappear for 2 years before anyone even noticed. I'm Vinnie Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. And the case of Harmony Montgomery, the story of Harmony Montgomery, the tragedy of Harmony Montgomery is really accentuated today. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. The girl you see smiling in that picture should be smiling and cutting cake and opening up presents and having people sing happy birthday, and maybe have all her little friends come over today or maybe this weekend or last weekend for a little party, maybe a big party. It's not going to happen. Crystal Sorey, Harmony's mom, I am sure she is thinking about Harmony today. She's the one who gave birth to her. I'm sure it's a day she'll think about every June 7th, Harmony's birthday. I have a question, though, tonight. Her father, Adam. You think he's thinking about Harmony tonight? I don't think so. I really don't. For several reasons. 1, he's not a good guy. 2, he's a horrible father. 3, right now, he's wondering whether or not a jury that went home for the night that's deliberating on some weapons charges that could send him away for a long, long, long time as an alleged career criminal. I'm sure he's much more focused on that. Much more focused on that. You know, when he may be thinking about Harmony is when he's on trial for her murder. I want to show you a picture of a little guy who is absolutely thinking about Harmony. It's Harmony's brother. Take a look at him. His name is Jamison. Jamison Miller. He thinks about his sister a lot. And on her birthday, he's always thinking of his sister. I want to share with you a video that was sent to us by his dad. And this is Jamison, again, Harmony's brother, who's been adopted by a great couple, and thinks about Harmony, especially today. Here's a video from this morning.
All right, what do you want to do with that, Jamison?
I want to turn this to a balloon and send it to my sister.
It even looks like a heart, right?
Yep. She also loves hearts.
She does. She loves you, you know that? All right, let's have breakfast, okay?
Okay. Can you keep this right beside me
Yes.
so I can just look at it?
That's not easy, but what a job they're doing. The parents who adopted Jamison, Harmony's brother. Take a look on the screen. We've got a statement from Blair Miller. And Blair's been on our show before and said, we plan to celebrate Harmony today as a family, as we do every year, and put 9 roses in the river for her. We talk about this day with Jamison as he continues to process everything. It's not easy. But Jamison was adopted out, and Blair and his husband adopted Jamison, and they wanted to be on the show tonight. absolutely wanted to be on the show, but they can't join us. You know why they can't join us? Because they're with Jamison, and it's the Little League Championship game tonight. And those dads are doing what dads are supposed to do. Spend time and make the focus of their lives their children. And that's what they're doing tonight. That's why Blair couldn't join us. And good luck, Jamison, in that game tonight. Hope you get a base hit. Hope you have some fun. Hope you have some fun. So, like I said, Jamison was adopted, and we have a special guest joining us tonight. She's a retired first justice of the Worcester County Juvenile Court in Massachusetts. Judge Carol Erskine orchestrated the adoption of Harmony's brother, Jamison, and she's the author of a book on Harmony's case, which is coming out this fall. It's entitled A Cruel Injustice: How Massachusetts Put 4-Year-Old Harmony in the Hands of a Monster. Judge, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so glad to have you here because this has confused us from the beginning of covering the case, what happened to Harmony. But let's start with Jamison and that video and everything going on in his life. What a gift. What a gift. He's got a chance for, and I'm sure he's gonna have a wonderful life. We've spoken to Blair many times on this show. On a day like today, it does bring a little bit of a smile to your face, has to.
Yes, it's wonderful to see that video. I saw it this morning when Blair and Jonathan sent it to me with, Jamison, which he does all the time, talking about Harmony. Today's her would have been her 9th birthday, so I'm grateful to be able to be on and give her a voice today. But these are, as you know, I finalized the adoption of Jamison in my courtroom. And we have been friends for quite a while. We were friends before that. I got permission from the Chief Justice to allow me to finalize the adoption of Jamison. And these are 2 of the most wonderful adopted parents I've met. And it's just a wonderful family, and Jamison is safe and loved and happy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, amazing. You look at, he's got the little suit on and everybody's happy and the family's all together. And we've had Blair on the show, and one of the amazing things is, he'll do a Skype from his house, and he's got a house full of little kids, and I'm like, boy, you guys are good. You guys are really good. You got everybody in bed, they're asleep by 8, amazing. Okay, so this is the question we've been asking from the beginning, and I say it every night. How does it end up that the best place for this little girl is in a household with a father who's literally a career criminal, no job, drug problem, married to a woman who also has a drug problem? How does this, walk us through how this could possibly happen?
Yes, this is the story I write about, and the fact of the matter is that evidence was presented at the review and redetermination trial with only the father testifying. So, having reviewed in depth the Office of the Child Advocate report and information from other sources, information from Blair and Jonathan, the way this happened was that you had 3 lawyers, one for the mother, one for the father, one for Harmony, and of course a DCF lawyer. And they basically presented a case that was 5 years in the making, almost 5 years, and reams and reams of evidence, because I've done hundreds of these care and protection cases. And this trial, essentially, I write about the fact that they did this trial in one day. They put the father up on the witness stand. He said he had a job. He said he had a home. And they presented no evidence to the judge. They didn't present any pictures of the home. They didn't present any information about Harmony's disabilities, which is something that is really missed, I think, in the OCA report. People say she was blind in one eye, but the truth is that blindness was caused by a neurological disorder, and she had trouble negotiating around furniture. She had some motor skill problems. So, basically what this boils down to is a very, very defective system in Massachusetts where the lawyers for the parents and the lawyer for the child all work for the same agency. They all work for the Committee for Public Counsel Services. They're all paid by the committee. They're all trained by the committee. They're all supervised by the committee. Some of them are full-time attorneys and some of them are independent contractors. And so basically the OCA report says this, and it takes a little work to weed through the OCA report. But really what the truth is, they actually presented very little evidence to the judge. They did not present his criminal record, and the child's lawyer took the position that Harmony at age 4 took the position that she wanted to be with her father. So therefore, no negative evidence was presented about him, no criminal record. The fact that he had missed a year's worth of visits with Harmony, he didn't comply with services, he didn't do anger management, he didn't do a psychological evaluation, he did none of that. And it is indisputable in the book, based on the information that's in the OCA report. I don't have to, as a judge, for having been a judge for 20 years, I don't really have to listen to the trial, which lasted less than a day, to know what happened, because it's right there. So that's what happened. And
I'm trying to understand.
Ultimately, go ahead. Sorry.
Mom's not there. Like you one day, I understand our system is backlogged. You're talking about the life of a child here. A 4-year-old child is always going to want to be with their parent, right? They're going to want to be with mom and dad. They want mom and dad together. They want both of them. And you don't even have mom there, so there's no pushback from mom. There's no pushback from the advocate for the child. Like the advocate for the child should want to make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and a full evaluation of who is going to take care of this child. It's not about, well, the little girl wants to be with daddy. It's about, can daddy provide for this child? Can daddy provide a safe place? Does dad have a job? Does dad have any violence in his background? Does dad take drugs? Has he taken a drug test? I mean, that is insane that it could be pushed through like that. And ultimately, though, isn't it all sort of falls on the judge has to make the decision, right? The judge, and you're a judge, my dad was a judge, the judge can say, well, can delay the hearing. The judge can ask questions independently. Right? Can a judge have the power to do that regardless of what the lawyers are doing?
Yeah, the judges, there definitely is the ability to ask questions. But in Massachusetts, the appeals court has made very clear that judges should not be asking substantive questions, because then they essentially turn into prosecutors. There's actually case law that says that. And so judges have to be very careful, because they can only clarify evidence that's coming in. They can't create it. They're not supposed to ask substantive questions. It becomes an appellate issue. And so, judges have basically in Massachusetts have been warned, don't ask substantive questions. You can clarify. But if no evidence comes in, you're talking about Adam Montgomery, who had a decade of violent crimes. They all involved weapons. They all involved, either knives or guns. He stabbed someone in the leg and pushed him out of a car. He shot someone during a drug deal gone bad. He held 2 women at gunpoint. So he had a documented deep history of criminal activity, which never made its way to the judge. Never. It wasn't put into evidence, even though it's admissible in Massachusetts. The appeals court and the SJC have made clear that, criminal records are admissible, and it's up to the judge. If it's a misdemeanor or something, it may have no meaning. But a record like that didn't come in. It was a one-day trial. Mom wasn't there, but I write a lot about this in the book. She was in another court. She was in court on Jamison's case. And, they basically just told her lawyer, call her and tell her we're going ahead without this. And so, there are issues all over the place in this case. It's just absolutely shocking.
Yeah, that part really gets to me, that mom is in front of another judge in another case involving one of her other children, And that's where you get to the system, right? And I understand, and yeah, like I said, my father was a judge, you're a judge, but I know sometimes judges have egos, right? Oh, you're in that courtroom, you're not in mine, we're going ahead without you. But it's not about that. It's not about the judge, it's not about the ego. It's about the best interest of the child. And I think, personally, whatever the law is, a judge should also act in the best interest of the child in making those types of decisions. Wow.